All right. Welcome, guys. I think we can get started, and if more people want to join in later, they can. If not, they can listen to it later. Um, so um, we've been very busy the last few weeks. If you were here the past town halls or just in the server, you'll notice that well, one, we've always been talking about, building the prototype for the board game. A lot of our efforts have gone to that. Um, yeah, obviously, me and Rune also got married 2 weeks ago already, I think. Or was it last week? I,
2 weeks.
yeah, time flies by. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. So, yeah, things were really busy. We tried to do as much Cranky Critters work as we could. You know, considering the circumstances. But everyone probably felt, some absence in the server and in the communication. My apologies for that. Things were just really, really hard to juggle, also with our jobs and the kids. So, but we're married now, so that's behind us. We can now focus on Cranky Critters once again, and we have a lot of exciting things coming up and a lot of exciting plans. So yeah, feel free to tag along um, as we start off with what we've been building and what our priorities are going to be next. As you all know, we are going to be at NFT NYC, so that's also been a major focus point for us the past 2 weeks. We are doing a co-event with Happy Homies. And it's been really fun planning with them. They're a really lovely team. Anyone that is coming to New York, I suggest you check out our event because it's going to be a lot of fun. Um, Basically, yeah, we rented the bar. Well, it's not really a bar. They have a room. It's called the Atrium. It's really fancy, and we rented it out for a few hours. It's an open bar, so anyone that comes, well, it's holders only plus one. So anyone that comes will need to, show at the door, show either your verified role on Discord to show that you are a holder, or just show your mobile MetaMask that you are a holder, and then you can come in. I know a lot of projects use token proof and all that stuff, but we're not really at the same level as the Bored Apes or whatever. We felt like just some door checking would be good enough, and yeah, we'll be doing that. So anyone that wants to come, feel free to. We're gonna hang out and we're gonna be playing some games. We You can also just hang. You don't have to play games. The way the evening is set up is there's gonna be a bunch of tables with a bunch of different games there. But you can also just hang out where there are no games, talk to people, socialize. But there are options to play games if you want to. If you want to participate in certain games, you can just go to the table, play with the people there, and there's going to be a bunch of fun prizes as well. So that's really exciting. I'm gonna make a post about it a bit later. I didn't want to spam everyone with all the info now that we're back, so I'm trying to leave some hours in between. But yeah, basically, you're gonna be, if you want to play games, you can be, at a table, play with some people. The winner of the game. For each game that you play, the winner is going to receive a card from a deck of cards, like playing cards, and we're gonna write down your Discord name on it, put it in a bowl that we have, and then we're gonna do that for each winner. Every time a game is played, there's a winner. We're gonna sign your Discord name on a card, put it in a bowl, and then at the end of the evening, we're gonna draw some cards out of the bowl for some really cool prizes. The cards that weren't drawn for like the bigger prizes are definitely going to get like a smaller prize as well. So everyone that has won a game is going to get something. And also, yeah, if you just come, you'll also receive a small goodie. Yeah, some of the prizes that we're going to be offering are some really fun things. Like we'll be offering some NFTs, obviously, some valuable ones as well. And I'm not gonna spoil yet what they are. I'll put it in the announcement a bit later. But there's not gonna be other stuff as well, like more physical stuff, like some unopened games, some signed Arno posters. We also have merch gift cards for our merch shop, so that you can get some merch for free. Um, yeah, stuff like that. So there's a lot of cool things if you want to come to the event. We have a lot going on there, and yeah, we're just looking forward to meeting everyone. Um, we're gonna be there for a few days, so obviously we have our event. We'll also be hanging with some other communities, trying to make some good connections, especially keeping those expansion sets for other projects in the back of our minds. Just seeing what projects would be a good fit for our board game, and something that we can see have an expansion pack that you guys would also be excited about. So yeah, we're definitely going there to make some connections and get some business going. All right, let me quickly look at my thingy. Okay, so yeah, obviously we've been very busy with the board game as well. Um, I still have a few things to say, but I feel like I've been rambling on for a while now. So maybe Rune, you can maybe say something about the board game, what we've been working on, and some things that you've been doing. Are you asleep?
No, no, wide awake.
I saw you were asleep.
Okay, what was the question?
I said I've been rambling on for a while now, and just to change things up, maybe you could say some things about the board game, like what we've been working on. Obviously, we ordered a prototype, so we're gonna be taking it with us to NFT NYC. So maybe you can talk a bit more about that. What we did to complete that. What the people will be able to see there, or even the people that aren't there, how we're gonna show it to the other people, and just what you've been up to.
Well, what I've been up to was mostly the airdrop, finishing the last cards, tweaking some of the cards mechanically, um, but the rest has all been you and Arno, so I think it's better for Arno to explain, like, at what stage the art is right now for the cards.
Yeah, yeah. I will ask Arno to explain that further if you want to, Arno.
Sorry, I was
If
actively asleep.
Oh my God, are you guys just actively ignoring me? I can just keep rambling. I'm fine with it. I have all the information.
No, no, I have like an alarm that goes off every time you stop talking, and then I just like need to reassess if it's my turn to talk or not.
All right.
Um, okay, so yeah, where we are with the art of the board game, I feel like um, tile-wise, we're about 75, 80% there. We're gonna have all the prototype tiles in New York. We're gonna play test. I'm calling this version 2. We're gonna play test that a whole bunch and see if we have enough representation of named locations and unnamed locations, if loot is frequent enough, if the crank holes are frequent enough or too frequent. So we need to play test the flow of those. Um, and then once we get the flow down and I fully finish the artwork, I can do the texturing and use the signature Cranky Critters brush over top of it, just so I don't have to do everything a bajillion times. Uh, Card art, I think we're also like about 70% there. Most of the card art is going to be stuff most NFT holders have seen before. Well, not most. I feel like 50% for sure. So we're gonna have like some famous outfits in there that you would have seen. We're gonna have some famous attributes that you would have seen, and yeah, of course some nipple clamps too. And so yeah, that's everything art wise. We're just gonna need to play this new version of all the printed stuff and just get the flow down right.
Yes, and that's where your feedback comes in, obviously. Um,
Exactly.
yeah, we'll
You
do
might
a
have seen that we've been posting a little more sneak peeks. I feel like we can do like one or two a day from now on, just because we have so many assets out in the open right now.
yeah, yeah, and also merch wise. I mean, we have
Oh yeah,
plenty.
the merch shop is done. Fluff is finalizing the merch shop, I think. So that
Yeah, I put the
should,
products in there. They're ready. But the price isn't working.
yeah, we
Like,
were having an issue getting the price updated to the correct amount. So that's like a tiny bug that we need to fix, but I feel confident saying that the merch is going to be live before we arrive in New York,
yeah,
hopefully.
I wanted to have it live before the town hall. I thought that would be really fun, but then the price bug came. I couldn't really handle that myself. I had to wait for the tech team. So yeah, I'm just waiting for some help on that, and then hopefully I can just launch it any day now,
Yeah,
right
but
away.
all the merch is uploaded and all the artwork for the merch is also done. So that's also good.
Yes.
Other than that, I think that's pretty much everything art wise. Oh yeah, we helped out Lato with some sketching for how our sandbox land is going to look. So that should be coming up soonish too. That's a lot of work on his end though. So we will keep everybody updated on progress. I have no idea how fast he is, but he's very confident. And what we've seen is um, cool so far. They
Yeah, it's
seem
very
very
fun.
knowledgeable.
Yeah, it's very fun. They're very excited to work on it. He's
Yeah,
working on it with his girlfriend, so they're doing that together. Yeah, it's really nice. Um, yeah, so like Arno said, the art that is going to be on the cards now for the prototype, some will be done, some is just a placeholder or not fully done yet, like the tiles. The art will be there, but he still needs to do the shading and the Cranky Critters brush and stuff. So it's definitely good enough to play and to already give you an idea of what it's gonna look like. But there's still gonna be some tweaking there. But yeah, it's more fun to involve everyone in that process, to kind of show everything from start to finish. So
yeah, exactly.
yeah, I think Rune also he did some airdrops, like he said. You all have received Arno's draw off airdrop normally. He's also been launching the snapshots, and yeah, we're still gonna do that more frequently from now on. Obviously, the wedding kind of got in the way there, but we're on a super roll now, with some critters really campaigning for their for their Mega Crank to be in the board game, which is really cool. Um, and yeah, I think yeah, most of our work has gone towards finalizing the prototype. Board game assets, like just also the technical side, like writing out the rules, making sure all the text is on the cards, stuff like that. Yeah, we all pitched in and worked on that. um, Sneaks, do you want to say a bit about what you've been doing? Have you also fallen asleep? Or maybe he left because he was driving.
Yeah, he's driving, so he might not be
Yeah,
able to
yeah,
speak.
maybe it's difficult to speak. Maybe
You know,
I'll.
you know he always disconnects once.
Yeah, sometimes. It was better lately.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Test, test,
yes,
test.
now I can.
Okay. I don't know why. When I'm on mobile and I don't talk for a long time, it just disconnects me from speaking. But I am here, not asleep. What I've been up to is I printed out all the questions that everybody put in the general chat. I think it was like a week ago. Tiny asked questions, Bernard and Thanatos and a few others to ask for the hot sauce game that we'll be uh, videoing ourselves doing at some point next week. So those are all printed out thanks to the free paper at my job. And I have that packed away with the hot sauces as well. If anybody has any last minute questions you want us to answer as we are eating hot sauce, let me know and I can still add them to a card tomorrow on my last day of work before I leave. And other than that, I've been speaking with Happy Homies team with Fluff as well, just making sure everything is organized for our event. Did you talk about the keychains, Fluff? Because those are kind of cool.
Oh no, you can do that.
Oh, Fluff has created some really cool acrylic keychains that we'll have there at the event. I don't know if I can post an image.
Do you have
Actually,
the
I'll put it.
image?
You sent it in core chat, I think. So let me see if I can find it. Yes, I have it here. I'm going to post it in general chat so you can see. We'll have that. I think that's an exclusive for New York, right? Or
Yeah,
will that
that's an
be in the merch?
exclusive. No, I think that's more fun,
Okay.
right? To kind of reward the people that show up. I'm very sorry for the people that can't show up. We're also going to be offering cool keychains in the merch shop. If you want a keychain, you'll definitely get a chance to get one. Um, but this one is exclusive to the New York people.
Yeah, definitely. I posted it in general chat to give an example of what it looks like. So exclusive keychains, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I just want to yeah, that's and you've been doing the podcast too, right?
Oh yeah, that's every week. Obviously, we won't have one this Sunday because we'll be flying out. But we do have plans to have on the spot kind of mini interviews for different project founders that are there, like little tiny questions for them that we'll be somehow putting together in like a little compilation, and we'll figure that out. But we'll still be doing podcast stuff there, and then when we get back, we'll have a lot to talk about too.
Yeah, that's awesome. I we were talking about the merch shop before. I just wanna maybe give some a little bit more information because it's really fun. The when the shop goes live, the collection that will be in it is going to be our, how do you call it, Arno? Like the collection that is always going to be there.
The main collection.
Is it like a staple collection, or is that not how you?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So that's gonna be like the main collection. You'll find, you'll find the shirts there that the critters are wearing and stuff like that. And then we're also planning on doing adding a few capsule collections, like limited in time. And don't want to spoil anything, not too much yet, but we are planning on, you know, doing some fun themed things. For example, like a chicken week. Where you can get all kinds of extra gadgets for chickens and stuff. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to having that launched finally and to get ready to play with that a bit because I really enjoy, making different merch and stuff. And not just, apparel, but also, more collectibles and stuff. I really like that. So I'm looking forward to do that as well. So yeah, I think that's most of the things that we've been doing. Now, kind of want to talk a bit about what we are going to be doing. Obviously, we already touched on the board game. We're how we're gonna move forward with that. We're gonna still finalize the art. We're gonna keep playtesting with these. We added a bunch of loot cards and stuff because we felt it was still a bit imbalanced. So we're gonna have to keep playtesting. We're looking into ways to get the holders into playtesting as well, because obviously now it's only been the team so far, kind of like the alpha playtest. And for the beta playtest, we really want to involve the holders some way. So yeah, we're looking into how to best do that, because obviously if we would digitize it, that would be most convenient for holders, but it would be most difficult for us. There's other routes that we can take that we're looking into, but we definitely want to include holders as much as we can in the playtesting as well. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, obviously, we have a lot of marketing stuff coming up after New York. Well, also during New York, because obviously we're going there to network as well. But yeah, I know, we've been rather absent the few weeks because we were so focused on the board game, and getting that out there first. A lot of our marketing incentives are relying on, the board game, or at least a prototype being there, so we can take some pictures, we can take some cool movies, we can start streaming more regularly. So yeah, you can expect a lot more happening, visibility wise and communication wise. Um, yeah, as soon as, well, we're back from New York, but also a bit before. Obviously, we'll be posting a lot there as well. And yeah, personally, I'm still gonna do the airdrops for the people that attended the wedding, because obviously you're all getting the cool NFT for attending the wedding live stream. And I also still have to airdrop my pigeon, which has been sitting on my iPad waiting for me to release it into the world. Um, so I might ask Rune to help me with that. Yeah, just nature. He still had to work, so he couldn't really be here yet to talk about his priorities and what he's been doing. But yeah, as you all know, he's in charge of the event, so obviously he's been helping with the NFT NYC event, also with the draw off event we recently had with Bad Fruit. We really liked, streaming it. We're gonna, try to do more fun things like that more often. And we'll also have a poll coming soon to kind of gauge your interest in like what kind of events you want to see. Um, and yeah, also organizing the snapshots and stuff, and nature helps with the copy as well. Yeah, I think that's most things that are important that we've been working on, that we're going to be focusing on in the coming weeks. You probably all noticed that the market is super down, but no worries, it's not getting us down at all. Like, if anything, it's given me a lot more conviction to, you know, now is the time to build. Obviously, I'm very excited to be building in a bear market, actually, to show people that we're still going to be here, we're still going to be doing things. As the space will probably get a bit less crowded and a bit more silent, so that's going to be fun. Caramella says, I want a photo of Arno with a magic hat. Yeah, we can do that, maybe. I'll see what we can do. All right.
Yeah, sure. If you bring a magic hat, I'll wear it.
All right. Let's get into the questions then, maybe, because I think we've touched base on everything that was important. And if you still have a question, obviously you can ask it. Feel free to drop your questions in the Town Hall questions channel, or just raise your hand if you want to come up, like Tiny did. Everyone's welcome to join. Also, if you just want to compliment us on our great job that we've been doing, or say that we've been doing a terrible job, that's that's also cool. I'm just looking for the channel here. Oh yeah, here it is. All right. Thanks, Caramella. Um, should I read the questions and you guys answer them, or?
No, let me read or fall asleep.
Okay.
So, our good friend Hubsy posts another 27 questions. First, what's the plan for NFT NYC? Will the prototype be ready to be played, shown? I mentioned sharing this. Will it be shared in here or some videos of it? I think we answered this already. Let me summarize. So it will be ready to play over there. I think we'll start by showing us founders playing a game, which we can stream. Sneaks and I will be filming as well as playing, so we can share some videos of it. and after NFT NYC, we're gonna um, see about how to get the game into the hands of other holders. Next question. Understand the whole market down. We know we don't care about the floor. Do you have a lot of funds in ETH? Just thinking that if this was the case with the recent crash in the law of volume, will it impact game building and what you want to do with the project? So, for those who haven't listened to the podcast, I kind of go into that during the last episode. Um, at a certain point, once all the bank accounts, etc., had been set up, ETH was at 2,700 or 2,500. I don't know, something like that, and we took the decision. Okay, let's take everything out for the board game. Let's put that in stablecoin. So we can guarantee that the board game will be made and shipped, whatever happens with ETH. Because at that it was down from 3,300, and we were debating on should we wait? We don't need the money until June, July. But no, we took the 100% guaranteed board game route, and thank God we did, because if we had waited till today, yeah, it would be
A lot
a very
worse.
small board game.
Yeah.
More like yeah, fantasy board game. So no worries. We have the funds to fund our company and the board game. Things we might have to be a little bit more careful with now with ETH solos, because I think we have 10% left in ETH. Is yeah, things we were gonna pay with ETH, and everyone says one ETH is one ETH, but yeah, like asking people now for doing jobs for us, they suddenly ask a lot more than one ETH, where they used to ask for like half an ETH. Yeah, same for me as a developer. My prices have gone up in ETH as well. It's normal. So yeah, uh, that way our budget is down pretty bad, which will probably affect the release of the digital board game. Um, so we can't promise an arrival for that yet. But as we always said from day one, our first and foremost priority will always be the physical board game, and we promise that we'll get that into your hands, and that we can still guarantee. So yeah, after NFT NYC, I think most of our budget will be going to marketing again, and merch and etc. etc. But yeah, no worries about the actual physical game building. Next question was any news on the merch, because we've been waiting a while. Yeah, we went into that. So any day now. I know I've said that in March, but this time it really is any day now. I think we went over this one town hall or two town hall ago, where the problem where the problem was situated for the merch store, why it has been so long. It's because this is the first thing we hired an external company for, and yeah, communication with them wasn't as easy from both sides. We're not putting all the blame on them. It's been a bit on our side as well. But yeah, it has been very slow, and sometimes they need like one answer to one question, which I give one day later, and then they respond a week later, etc. So it's been very slow, but almost through that. So lessons learned there, I think, is yeah, vetting the company a little more. Although we are happy with the end result, I think, aren't we, Fluff?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean,
Mm.
it's good. It's just yeah, it feels more like Web 2 mentality. Like they don't work in the weekends. It's more like a 9 to 5 thing, and if we work our 9 to 5 jobs and then work for Cranky Critters in the evening or in the weekend, we have to wait a long time for an answer. Just stuff like that.
Yeah, it feels like our the founders found their core team with Sneaks, Nature, Kendrick, um, and yeah, and also in our mods, Razor, Mama Bucks a while back, and Huggy, etc. And these are all very like-minded people um, who share our passion, and we feel the difference between that and a company we hire to do a specific job. We are really just a job to them, while the other people we hired and are part of the team now really, yeah, you can feel their passion, and that's what we're kind of missing with that, which I guess is pretty normal. But yeah, they seemed a lot more enthusiastic in the beginning than now.
It's because they've been paid. but
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah, that's fine. It can be just a job for them. Obviously, they get a lot of projects asking them for a merch shop and stuff. So that's fine. They did a great job. I'm happy to finally be launching it. Arno designed a bunch of fun stuff. I can't wait to give some away or sell some. And yeah, we'll definitely once the merch shop is live, it's easy for us to add new things, so that's not going to be taking a long time. It was building the back end of the shop that took the longest.
Next question. You mentioned the Cranky Critters as a brand. Are you hoping to get new eyes in at NFT NYC or any plans with your marketing? Um, yes, but Fluff will probably want to elaborate.
Yeah, no, I think I said a bit on it. Like, yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm going to NFT NYC mainly to network there. Having spent some time in the space, it's become really apparent that you just need to know people. If you don't know people, you have a much harder time. I mean, you're all in the space. You've probably seen it, like hardworking, solid projects, that almost go to zero just because they can't get the eyes, and then you have a bunch of people making either ape noises or goblin noises, and they go to whatever. So I'm not I made a post about it on Twitter recently. I'm not resentful of it. It's good for other projects, but it just shows that knowing the right people can make the journey so much easier. So yeah, we're going to network for sure. We're gonna attend a bunch of events. We're also gonna have fun, obviously, um, and with that, we'll also be launching our new marketing incentive, doing a lot more videos, doing a lot more streaming, um, doing a lot more on Instagram and TikTok. And I think, things going really bearish right now is going to work in our favor because we're going to have a bunch of things coming out now that we've been building the past weeks, months. So we're going to have a lot of things to show over the next few weeks, whereas most people are probably going to be depressed and not do much. So I think the bearish market is definitely going to play in our favor, and yeah, we also have a lot of plans to target board game enthusiasts with the board game itself, and to try and get them either into NFTs or just into our board game, and build a community around that as well.
There's another question. I'm not. I will come back to the next question, but the next question kind of ties into this. The Discord is very quiet. I'm sure lots of other projects are. Love the podcast. Thank you. However, the visibility of Cranky Critters is very low. I can't talk as I'm not on any Discords a lot. However, are you hoping to ramp up after NFT NYC or stay like this until closer to release of the game? Um, yes, this is a tough question to answer, or at least I have to elaborate a little bit, because we have limited resources, time-wise, energy-wise, and money-wise. So we have to allocate them at the best possible time. So if you put everything on marketing and influencers and whatsoever right now, while the market is down so bad, it won't have any effect. So this is why we have been really focusing everything on the board game right now, so we have something to show. And once we have something to show, we can ramp it up by a lot. So it seems a bit quieter, but it doesn't mean we're spending less of our time or less of our energy, just in a less visible way, which isn't just because of the market, but the market gets really makes us double down on that, because putting any effort now on getting new eyes would just be a waste, because no one is buying anything, and if someone buys it, they're gonna panic sell the next day because he drops another $100 or something. So that's why we're focusing on building, getting the merch store, getting some backup merch, getting plans for our next. Oh, I don't know if I'm allowed to say.
You can say.
Building on our first internal expansion. Um, Building out the podcasts. Yeah, just making lots more stuff to show. So once people start coming back, we can just show them this. And if you don't like the board game, there's a merch. If you like the art, if you don't like the art and you just want to have fun, there's the podcast. We just want to show that we have been building all along, and we're not just a new project or an old project that has been quiet for all this. We really want to be able to show we have been building. So that's where all of our energy is going right now. I know it seems a bit quiet, but yeah, that's normal. Again, our holders are taking a little bit of a break of NFTs, which I guess is healthy. I've been doing it for a week as well, except for the Cranky Critter Discord. I'm not in any other Discord. It's just, yeah, healthy, not looking at floor prices or new flipping opportunities, and just have fun again. So yeah, it's normal. It's part of how the market is right now. I wouldn't be too worried about that. And no, from our side, we are working on a lot of stuff behind the scenes. And yeah, because we've been so busy together with our wedding as well, we haven't been able to really show that. But yeah, all of that is going to change uh, once we show everything we're doing at the NFT NYC, and once we do streaming nights of us playing the board game, of Arno wearing his magic hat, yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's mainly like you said. I mean, there's limited resources. It's better to, think of a solid marketing strategy and a time to launch it rather than, just try to do it as quickly as possible to get people into the Discord as quick as possible. Timing is very important in marketing as well. Um, and yeah, also because I don't think Rune you specified, but obviously we all still have our jobs, so we have our jobs and we have Cranky Critters. So one of our limited resources is also time, and if we then have to, we spent a lot of time at the start, trying to keep the numbers up, trying to keep the hype going, which is definitely important. And we also love doing that. We love having events and stuff. But it just became really apparent to us the more time we spent on that, the slower the board game development was going because we only have a limited amount of time. So yeah, we kind of, along the way decided, let's just maybe first focus on this board game so we actually make the thing that we were, set out to make, and then we can, for sure, you know, get a marketing strategy going behind that, and, all our dominoes will fall into place after that. Because it was kind of how do you what's the English saying? Rune or Arno dwellen met de kraan open. I mean, it's kind of. I'm sure you've come across some posts by other founders and stuff about communities trying to share their point of view and say like, oh, you should you know, buy the floor, pump up the floor a bit to get the hype going. But it, it just, it's a really temporary fix because it's gonna be lower the next weeks again anyway, because you need the content first for people to will have well for people to buy in, um so
You know?
while it was we love doing events and we're still doing them, um it became really apparent to us that you need to have content and show people you know what they're gonna have by holding the NFT for them to want to buy the NFT, if you know what I mean. Did you want to say something, Arno?
Yeah, just
Um, yeah, also dwellen with de kraan open is either put a sticking plaster on a wooden leg or to try to empty the ocean with a thimble. Not sure if that translates, but it means, yeah, just doing the job, um, fighting the symptoms instead of the cause.
Yeah, that is exactly it. You know, if your main
I'm
objective
saying,
if your main objective is, oh, I want to get more people into Discord, oh, or I want to get more people into my NFT, doesn't it make a lot more sense to make the project more appealing by releasing new content that will make people want to buy in, instead of just coming up with schemes to make them join the Discord for the sole reason of joining the Discord. I mean, I'm not explaining very well. English isn't my first language. Maybe someone else can do a better job at it. But I'm just, I think if we make the we make the board game and the NFT super interesting, the people will come for sure. I mean, the people will come faster, I think, if we make the NFT and the project more interesting and build on that, than if we just build on getting people in the Discord, if you know what I mean.
We know.
Okay, sorry. If that wasn't clear, let me know. I can try to elaborate more, but I think
No, no.
okay, I think I made my point. Next question.
Okay, the question I skipped by Hubsy: will there be other sets of NFTs after the board game? I kind of hinted at that already. We're working slowly on our first internal expansions. As we said before, there will be different kind of expansions, ones with other projects working together, and other internal expansions by just us, the Cranky Critters. And we're working on the first internal one. We're now at the conceptualizing phase, I think.
Yeah.
So we've got a theme ready. We've got a basic idea for the art. We've got a basic idea for the artist. I think that's all I'm allowed to say. I wouldn't give away the theme yet.
We can mention the abbreviation. Is that how you call it? The hint to what make people guess what it would be. Um,
Oh, the CCC.
yeah.
So it's now codenamed CCC. So yeah,
Yeah.
pick your guess. If you can actually guess it tonight, um, you'll get a critter or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but indeed, the board game has always just been the start for us. Obviously, this part, making the board game, is taking the longest. Once we have that foundation, making expansion sets for it is going to be a lot easier because we have the structure, we have the mechanics. So that's going to be fun. But other than just sticking to this board game and making these expansions, we also have, broader plans. Merch plans, event plans, but also, not excluding maybe a different kind of board game or card game in the future. Yeah, this is really just a start for us.
Yeah. I think the last question Hubsy asked kind of is already answered by what we said, you know. He says, we know Fluff has been ill, you've got married, but the project has seems to have stalled a bit in terms of visibility. I know myself and others love the project and the team, and it's a shame it's not getting the love or the visibility it deserves. I feel we pretty much covered this um, with both my rant and your elaborate speech.
Thank you.
Um, so that's it. Question wise, Dr. Yu has um, says never mind. Hobbsy asks the same question. It's correct. And Joe Payne confirms Quint isn't a bad thing. Appreciate you all keeping your focus on the important things despite the market. I think he's referring to the podcast as important things. Um, Speaking of the podcast, I've what do you call it? A prijsvraag.
A prize question? Like that?
Okay,
A
the
question
first,
for a prize? Yeah.
yeah, the first holder who can answer the following question in general with tagging me or Sneaks gets a critter from me. Um,
Ooh.
yeah, I know, right? A whole critter. Um, what was the last movie that made Rune cry?
You mean now in the general chat?
Yeah,
Only the true fans would know this.
yeah.
Because it was in the podcast.
Yeah, it was in a hidden part of the podcast.
A hidden part.
Yeah,
A hidden
we're
part.
upping our level.
Oh. Was it the
Other
last
than
one?
that, yeah,
Ah,
yeah,
fuck!
after that.
I'm only 1/3 in, so whatever.
Arno isn't allowed to enter, by the way. Also, um, yeah, other than that, I think we've gone through all the questions. I'll give you a couple more minutes to ask any last minute questions. Other than that, I think we can close this town hall off.
And no, it's not Crunchy Cranky Critters. It's also not code name Cranky Critters.
I would almost give Arno a.
Why?
I,
What?
I,
Huh? I don't get it.
You know,
You know.
you know.
At least you guys know. I'll just want to give a shout out to Joe Payne as well, because he's also one of those solid builders that keeps building through the bull market or the bear market. And you know what your team is building is also really really cool. You know, aside from his attitude and stupid face. Joking.
All right, I think there's no more questions coming.
So yeah, last shameless plug to join us in NFT NYC. If you're coming to New York, you should come to our event. I mean, it's free drinks, and we got all the good drinks because there were like two options. They were like, do you just want the regular drinks, or do you want everything, like the strong liquors as well and stuff? And we were like, get everything. Oh yeah,
I saw.
and we'll try to include all the critters, you know, during our event there. Like I know it's difficult for a lot more people can't make it than people that can make it. But yeah, we definitely, you know, we're gonna stream us playing a match. We're going to you know, give away some things for people that aren't there as well. So hopefully you will all feel included too. Oh, Doctor Yu has listened to the podcast.
By the way, I survived the night. I just don't remember it.
But you drank more than Duvel, huh?
I drank everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, Duvel, Caroliet, and what was the other one? Carolis.
Yes.
For those people who want to get into Belgian beers or Belgian weddings, those are the beers to go for. Okay, we're rambling now, so I
Yep.
think we can close the town hall.
I just want to mention also that our wedding was so much fun that Roger, the golden monkey, he came and he got so drunk he forgot his laptop. Rune had to ship it to him back to Scotland. Yeah, it was a fun party. I'll just make sure everyone has a role. So yeah, just to quickly summarize, because I see there's a few people here that were at the start. There's been a slight absence on our part because of wedding stuff and building stuff. But now that the prototype is out, and that was kind of on a deadline, and the wedding is over, we'll be launching our marketing incentives soon, and we have a lot of cool stuff coming. All right. Thank you all for tuning in, and I'll upload this on YouTube for anyone that missed it. Probably Hopsy, because he kind of wants his questions answered. And I'll catch you guys later. I'm very sorry also for the lack of events the past 2 weeks. It's solely due to the wedding and the building the board game. So you can expect everything to pick back up once once we're in NFT NYC even, because we're gonna have those live podcast thingies. We're gonna have some streams and stuff. So it's going to be fun. Is anyone here in the town hall coming?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Nice.
Me too.
Was hoping.
I might show up.
Was hoping for you guys.
Oh yay, Joe is coming.
Yes. I showed him. Oh, whoa! I can't talk anymore. I showed him the flyer.
I thought Tiny was coming. Oh, yeah,
I could
Tiny
beat you
at that
all
time.
at trivia in person. We're not gonna be playing trivia, Joe. Obviously, we're not
Yeah,
good at
Joe.
that. We have to, pick our strengths. Oh, we can have maybe an impromptu trivia, but I'm not good
Joe
at.
is just gonna barge in and start yelling questions at people.
But Tiny, think of all the money you'll save on drinks. Our drinks are free. That's too bad, Atlanta. Yeah, we I don't remember why we chose the 20th. I think because there were um the other, like, the 21st was not good for the Happy Homies team, and then the 22nd Mama Bucks was already gone, something like that. Yes, I'm very excited to meet everyone in person, especially my team, because as you all know, I've never seen them. I mean, I've seen Arno and Rune, but that's it. Very excited to meet Sneaks and his wife too, and Nature, and Huggy and Razor and Mama Bucks. So it's gonna be a lot of fun, and I would suggest any critter that has time to, just buy a ticket and come over. Alright, I will not bother you anymore. Rune wants to go to bed. Alright, thanks a lot for joining, guys. I'll keep everyone posted. If you haven't seen it yet, but I think most of you have seen it, the snapshot is live for the Raccoon Mega Crank. Votes end tomorrow. There's some heavy campaigning going on for either Hades or Grey Fox. So, yeah, do with that info as you will. I'm going to let Rune go now. I'll catch you
We're
guys
all
later.
gonna go. It was a fun town hall. See everybody later. Bye bye.
Bye.
Uh,
Bye.
And Caramello wins a prize.
Oh, did you cry at Paw Patrol? Oh, nice, Caramella. Congratulations. What does he win?
A critter from my wallet.
Give him something like that's worth 1 ETH. He will really appreciate it.
Yeah, who wouldn't appreciate 1 ETH?
It'll make people want to listen to your podcast, June.
People want to shut up. The town hall is over. Bye, guys. Caramella, DM me the address.
Bye bye.